Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gum Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Sam Saraswati Namaha. Om Sri Lalita Tripurasundari Namaha. Vidyut Vilasa Vapusha Shri Amavahantim Yandim Swavasa Bhavanat Chirarajadhanim Saushumna Marga Kamalani Vikasayantim Devim Bhajami Paramrita Snigdhagatrim. Hari Om. So, the Adhikari Nirnaya was happening. Bhagavan Hayagriva says that this mantra should not be given to abhaktaha, shadhaha, dushtaha, abhishwasi. And this mantra should be given to Bhakti Yuktaha, Vidya Rajavedi, Upasakaha, Shuddha. So in one way, they are all different. In other way, it's all connected. Once we are blessed with the Bhakti of Jagadamba, that is the most important quality in a Bhakta. Moksha sadhana samagriyam, among all that which help us to gain moksha, all different paths, bhakti reva gariyasi. Bhakti is the most important aspect. Bhakti is that which actually help us to progress in the path of spiritual understanding and realization. So first what we should do is we should develop bhakti. Now comes a question of many of us will be asking, how is it possible? How is it possible to develop bhakti? Yeah. So, but sometimes what happens, whatever we do, it causes other problems also. See, if you see the great asuras, they were also doing 100% sacrifice. They were ready to cut even their head and then offer to, Ravanadi. But then they say, how can we develop bhakti? Narada says, Tatu Mahat Kripaya eva. Development of bhakti is possible by the grace and blessings of Mahatmas. Tatu Mahat Kripaya eva. Ishvara Kripa Leshadva. Now, from where we will get some Mahatmas? It's very difficult to find Mahatmas. Chandanam na vane vane. Sadhavo nahi sarvatra. Very difficult. So now how can we develop bhakti? Says satsanga. Satsangaha sada karyaha. What is satsanga means? Sangha with sajjana. Now there's again problem. From where we will get sajjanas? Whom we think we are sajjanas, sometimes then we find out that they are such durjanas, they are says, see, satsangaha amoghaha. It's very difficult to get. If we get it, very good. But in Kali Yuga, meeting sajjanas and being with them and serving them, it's not very easy. So says, satsanga also means not only the proximity of sajjana, even their words. We study books on the life and teachings of Mahatmas, that's also satsanga. So when we read not only the philosophical works, but life and teachings of Mahatmas. That's also another kind of satsanga. That is possible. Wherever we are, whatever we do, wherever, we can read and feel the presence of such Mahatmas. So when we are associated with Mahatmas, please understand, there's a difference between us and them. We are dead and gone. We will, but they are not dead and gone. They enter into samadhi. Okay, they are not died. They are ever there. The body might have perished, which is of Panchabhuta, but they are still there in the Urdhvaloka. All those Mahatmas are waiting for anyone. Anybody is really, because we cannot cheat them, okay? They look at us and then they see actually what is there inside. Sri Ramakrishna says, when I look at people, I can see what is there inside, like a glass case. In a glass case, if you keep something from outside, you can see, like that they can. But if genuinely we pray, oh Bhagavan, please help me. Janma janmantarebi. No, in different births also, Tutpadam bhoruha yugagada, nischala bhakti rasto Bhagavan, please give me that nischala bhakti. So if he starts to pray, then by their grace, slowly we develop bhakti. So first thing is, Sri Matra Bhakti Yuktaya. Once we start feel the presence of Jagadamba, Sri Vidya Vedini, we have that bhakti for Jagadamba, then what happens? We start to worship Jagadamba. In whichever way, whether it is on Sri Chakra, whether it is on, different upadhis, we start to worship. Sri Chakra Raja, Sri Vidya Raja Vedini. Now, what happens with us is, as we are telling, we are doing once a, Swamiji, I am chanting Lalita Sahasranam every week once. We feel that we are so proud that we are doing that. Very good. But as the bhakti, increase, we becomes upasakaya. Sometimes all of us, not all of us, many of us, we think that we are all upasakas. We call ourselves sadhaka, upasaka and all that. But in Tantra Shastra, categorize such people into different. This first group of sadhakas, what we call generally, they are only just interested. Aisa kuch hai. Jitnyasa. Oh, what is this? They are going for, everybody is going for Lalita Sahasranama camp. Let me also go and see what is there. Just curiosity, that's all. Think about, many times when we go to the temples, why are we going to the temples? Think about, we just want to go and there, what is there, kahan hai, kya hai, kuch dekh ke aa jaun, itna hi hai. Just let us go there and see. And then, that's the first stage, mere curiosity. Then slowly, when we go there once, we like the place. Okay? Then slowly we enter into the next stage where we are genuinely interested. Something like it pulls us. I'm just taking temple as an example. Or you go for a bhajan, or you go for any of sadhana, just curiosity because of that we went. But then we really liked it. Slowly, that start to attract us. That's the second stage. Third stage is known as pravartaka. We also really start to enjoy, whether it is chanting, whether it is puja, whether it is class, whether it is whatever. We really enjoy it. Still we are not sadhaka or anything. We are just pravartaka. We are inclined. 80%, 60 to 70% of so-called sadhakas are just pravartakas only. Because we do not feel. We feel very good. Now we are like to do that. Some things we start to every day, once in a while we start to chant and all that. Very good. But we have come a long way. Now comes the next stage is upasaka. What is upasaka? Upasaka means a person does upasana. What is upasana? It's a very important topic. All of us should understand. Why? Because we think that we are upasakas. And that is the most important thing in our life. All of whoever is here, we are not just here. There are so many other good things that are happening in the world. Giving up, we are here because there is something which is pulling us. There is something which is genuinely connects us with something higher. That's why we are here. So, all of us are, for sure, we are pravartakas. But now comes the next stage of our life, which is upasana. What is upasana? Upa samipe, asanam, to sit. Sitting near. That is the simple meaning of upa samipe, near. Asanam, sitting. Sit near, that's the meaning. The simple meaning is to sit near. What do you mean by that? As I was mentioning, Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya gives one of the best definition of upasana. So, if you have Adi Shankaracharya's commentary on Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 12th chapter, 3rd verse, Bhagavan gives this explanation or definition of upasana. Very important. There Bhagavan says, what is this upasana, upasaka? What do you mean by that? Bhagavan says, upasanam nama. What is upasana? Yadha shastram, the most important thing. In upasana, the first and foremost condition is yadha shastram, according to shastra. Not according to our mati, according to our interest. No, as prescribed by the shastra. Be very careful with this. Nowadays, people are doing things, manmani. Apne man ki ichha ke anusar. Whatever their mind feels to do, they do. And then what happens? Sometimes they fall in such darkness because they are not practicing according to Shastra. Shastra, because we are entering into an area which we have no experience, and Shastra is like the guide. Sat Shastra. Yadha Shastram. First condition. Second, upasyasya arthasya vishayikaranam. Not only that we study some Shastra and blindly, follow it. No. We should vishayikaranam, buddhi vishayikaranam. We have to understand what Shastra is trying to tell us. Upasyasya arthasya. Whatever we are trying to practice, study Shastra and understand it properly. That's the second one. Whatever path we are choosing, it should be according to Shastra. But why are telling that Shastra hi anekaha? There are different types of Shastra. Okay, so we have to see, we have to filter the Shastra with our intellect and understand that what is good for us and what is not good for us. See, something is not good for us. That doesn't mean that, it should not be there. That is good for somebody else. I cannot digest something. It doesn't mean that nobody should eat it. Somebody else. But for me, no, upasyasya arthasya vishayikaranam, buddhi vishayikaranam. We have to understand it properly. What is the path? What is the goal? What are the obstacles will come in our life? How to overcome them? Everything is said in Shastra, but we have to understand it properly. That is the second thing. Third is samipyam upagamya. The third and most important thing in Upasana is a mental connection. Many times people are not able to progress in their spiritual path because that connection is not there. We are not connected with our Ishta. We are not connected with our path. We are not connected with our goal. Somehow aa gaya. But that connection is not there. So after some time it gets very boring. And then people drop. So the third important thing is develop love for that. Samipya upagamya. Come near. That closeness, that mental connection should be developed. Then tailadharavat samana pratyaya pravahena. Then once the connection is made, then slowly our mind should be flowing into the same thought without any break. This is not possible in the beginning. As we progress, we may be talking to people, doing different things, but the mental connection is not broken. So for that, many people, they talk to, when we converse, they say, Swamiji, I have no time. So what I do is, when I am driving, I am chanting mantra. Or when I am cooking, I am chanting mantra. That's very good, but not enough. If we really want to advance in our spiritual practice, there should be two types of sadhana. One is known as Nitya sadhana, another is known as nyama sadhana. What is nyama sadhana? Exclusive time. Even if it is for 1 minute. Even if it is for 5 minutes, you sit down for your Lord. Bhagwan ke liye 5 minutes. But that you have to sit down and then do your japa. Even if it is one mala, it's okay. But that 5 minutes, you are exclusively, you should feel that. Suppose you are getting a, interview or a time with the Prime Minister of the country, how much you value that time. Think about. And your sadhana time is your exclusive time with the Lord of the Lords. But we have no respect. Think about our own time. Think about if your Prime Minister is called you and then he tells you, sharp 4 we will meet. We will be there 30 minutes before. But our sadhana time is 4 o'clock. We get up only 4-5. See why? Because we don't feel that. No. That connection, that respect. When that is there, then we are looking forward for that our sadhana time. Very, very important thing. So that's why says, and then Taila. So I was telling the two types of sadhana. One is known as niyamam. Even that is for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Whatever you are doing, you have to sit down and do that. Means, I cannot sit down, I can only sit. That's not a meaning. You have to, you have to dedicate that time exclusively for our sadhana. And that is known as niyamam. The other is nitya. whenever you are going, wherever you are going, whatever you are doing, let the japa, let the meditation continue. You are driving, you are cooking, you are cleaning, you are teaching, no problem. Well, everything happen. Along with that, you can do your japa, you can do your contemplation, but that is not enough. Along with your Nitya japa, the continuous japa, continuous in the sense, because when we are with the world, it's very difficult for us to give 100% attention. You are cooking, so some part of your mind is in cooking, otherwise cooking will become something else. So, we have to give some time, some part of our mind for our activities, but along with that, do japa, no problem. But that is not enough. So when we do both Nitya and Niyama diligently, then what happens? Tailadharavat samana pratyaya pravaha. How if you pour the oil, how the oil will flow without a break. Like that, our mind, will starts to flow in one thought. Whatever may happening deep within, our connection is not lost. So, Tailadharavat samana pratyaya pravahena. Next is a very important thing. It says, Dirgha kalam yad asana. Swamiji, we are not getting any experiences. We are doing sadhana, but kuch bhi nahi hota hai. Achha, for how long you are doing sadhana? 1 week. Can you believe I am doing for 1 week? Nothing happens. My dear sir, how much thick, mala, impurities are there of janma janmantara. So much is there. We are digging, little bit is coming out, but so much is there. So, dirgha kalam. That's why Bhagavan, Patanjali also says, the sadhana should be for long time. Dirgha kala nairantarya satkara asevitaha dridhabhumihi. We want to abide in that state of oneness or consciousness or sadhana or whatever you are calling. It takes time. Please don't think that whatever we are doing waste. No. So much of dirt is there. Slowly we are digging. That much is gone. But we cannot see any light because so much is still there. Keep digging. One day will come. That's why Bhagavan says, always remember, swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Don't feel that, मैं तो कुछ भी करता हूँ और there is no result. No, it's happening. But takes time. Dirgha kala nairantarya. Nirantarata, every day. And satkara, with love, with the interest. Asevitaha, practice, that alone will lead to dridhabhumi. That's why Bhagavan also tells here, dirgha kalam yad asanam. Any practice which is practiced for long time, with the steady flow of our mind. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi also says, hridsthale manaswasthata. Ajyadharaya srotasa samam virala chindanam viralatah param. Practice. Then it becomes sarala. Become very natural to us. Sometimes when you get up, you will be chanting Lalita Sahasranama and will get up. Because slowly, your mind starts to absorb it. And it becomes, now when we say, one time you have to chant Lalita Sahasranama, oh my God. But then, you become so much tuned with it, one time, 100 times we can chant, because we get connected with it. So, such a state Such a person is known as Upasakaya. Matrabhakti Yuktaya Vidyaraja Vedine Upasakaya. But that is not enough. The most important thing in spiritual sadhana is Shuddhi, purity of heart. If you see Ravana, Kumbhakarna, or all these Rakshasas, they were also doing. They also had done so much of tapas. Dirghakala, Nairantarya, Asev, everything. But then the result was negative. Why? Because the intention matters. What is the most important thing in spiritual practice is intention. मन में क्या रखे करते हो? संकल्प शुद्धि. What is the sankalpa in mind? Why are we doing this? Very, very important. That's why here also Bhagavan Hayagriva says Shuddhaya. 4 things for our guidance for all of us. 4 things. What are they? One is Matru Bhakti Yuktaya. Develop love for Him. How can we develop love for the Lord? By Satsanga. By meeting Mahatmas, be with them. If we are not able to meet such Mahatmas, read their life and study or their works and then get connected with them deep within. We hear about 7 lokas, no? Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha. And Mahaha, Janaha, Tapaha. There are 3 more worlds. And then Satyaloka. Satyaloka is Brahmaji's loka. What is this Mahaha, Janaha, Tapaha? No, they are the worlds where Siddhas are staying. What do you mean by Siddha? Those liberated beings. They are liberated. But they want to help all of us. Bhagavan says that, I want to taste sugar. I don't want to become sugar. So they want to taste the ananda of Bhagavan. So they keep a little bit of a distance of, they say, Vidyaham. And they stay in those worlds. Their only purpose is to help us. To help the universe. So, sometime they all come down. They come to earth. They take the form, the human form. They are Nitya Siddhaha. They are not born to gain moksha or anything. They are Mukta. They come down to help us. And whenever Sri Bhagavan takes avatara, so many of them come down to be with the Lord. They take the form of birds and animals also to be with the Lord. And when that is not happening, they are all looking at all of us. Anybody is there, anybody is there, anybody. And if you have little bit of interest, you will see. I'm telling from my experience, okay? If you are genuinely interested in Bhagavan or spiritual life, you will see that so much of help is coming from corners which we do not know even exist. Why? They are there. They are watching over us. Sometimes if you take a sankalpa that every day 4 o'clock I am going to get up and I am going to do this upasana, one day because you are very tired, you sleep, you will feel that somebody is coming and shaking you. Really. Because they are there. They want to help us. Sometimes when we do such sadhana, a lot of sadhana, then comes a void. A kind of darkness. We feel, we lose everything. And then we are fallen. At that time, they take us in their hand. We may feel that we lost, everything is lost. Nothing is lost. They are carrying us. Mama manasa chanchala ratradini Gurudeva dayakara dinajani. We may think that nobody is there to help me, but they are there helping us slowly, slowly, giving, putting all their punya into us in order to, draw us back. And one day we wake up, everything is just done because of their grace. They are all there. This is what I want to tell you. They are all there. How a father, a loving mother is always, thinking and helping for their children. More than that, 100 times more than that, they love us, they help us, they guide us. They are there. So that happened. Because of that, slowly, our heart is filled with love for Bhagavan, and then we start to practice some small things, pravartakaha. As we pravartaka, we start to apply things in our life, slowly we become upasakaha. And when we dedicate our life for that, along with shuddhi, with right intentions, purity of heart, what happens? Then comes shuddhaya deyam nama sahasrakam. To such a person, Sahasranama will work wonders. Sri Bhakti Yuktaya Sri Vidya Rajavedine Upasakaya Shuddhaya Deyam Nama Sahasrakam. Such a person is the real adhikari for Lalita Sahasranama Sadhana. Okay. Yani nama sahasrani sadyas siddhi pradani vai tantreshu leela devyaha tantreshu lalita devyaha teshu mukhyamidam muni. Yani nama sahasrani sadhya siddhi pradani vai. In Tantra Shastra, there are many Sahasranamas. You remember the first day I was telling about 11 types of Sahasranama, 10 types of Sahasranama. So there are Ganga Sahasranama, Gayatri Sahasranama, so many Sahasranamas are there. They are all siddhi pradani. They are not vain. They all give you siddhi. Different, spiritual and psychological, different kinds of siddhis. They give us everything to us. But they are siddhi pradani. They will give us siddhi. Siddhi, psychic powers and all that possible. But tantreshu leela lalita devyaha teshu mukhyamidam muni. Among the Tantra, there are different Sahasranama stotras. Among them, this Lalita Devi Sahasranama is Mukhyam. There are hundreds of Sahasranama. Among them, Lalita Devyaha Sahasranama Mukhyam. This Lalita Sahasranama is the best, is the most important. No, first and best. Sri Vidyevatu mantranam tatra kadiryatha para Puranam Sri Puramiva Shaktinam Lalitayatha Sri Vidya Upasakanam cha Yadha Devo Parashivaha Tadha Nama Sahasreshu Varamedat Prakirtitam. How important is Lalita Sahasranama? Some similes, comparison is given. Yatha, just like Sri Vidyevatu mantrana. There are different mantras are there. Hundreds and thousands of mantras are there. Among all those mantras, Sri Vidya, Sri Panchadashakshari or Shodashakshari is the best. How Sri Vidya Panchadashi mantra is the best among thousands of mantra. Tatra kadiri yathapara. In this Panchadashi also there are different combinations. Kadi Vidya, Hadi Vidya, etc. There are different combinations of Panchadashi. Among them, Kadi Vidya, the mantra starting with Ka. Ka is the first letter of this Kadi Vidya. That's why it's known as Ka Adi Vidya. In that Panchadashi mantra, the first letter is Ka. This is Hadi Vidya. In Hadi Vidya, the first letter is Ha. That's also okay. But among all the different combinations of Panchadashakshari, Kadi Vidya is the best. How Kadi Vidya is the best among all the types of Panchadashi mantras? Sri Vidya Upasana Tatra Kadir Yathapara Puranam Sri Puramiva. There are different Pura. You know, there is different lokas. Puram here is lokaha, which people attain after giving up the body. We go to Surgaloka, Pitraloka, Gandharvaloka, Yakshaloka, Kinnaraloka, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Rasatala, Talatala, Mahatala, all those lokas are there. Hundreds. Among all that kind of loka, the best is Sri Puram. Now, among all that lokas which we can gain after giving up the body, the loka of Sri Jagadamba is the best. Like Sri Pura is the best among all the lokas. Puranam Sri Puramiva Shaktinam Lalita Yadha. There are different Shakti, different forms of Jagadamba. Among all the different forms of Jagadamba, how Lalita is the best form. Shaktinam, among the different manifestations of Jagadamba, how the Lalita's form is the best. Sri Vidya Upasakanam cha yadha devo parashivaha. Among the Sri Vidya Upasakas, those great masters of Sri Vidya, how Sri Parameshwara himself is the best. Sri Vidya Upasakanam, among the Upasakas of Sri Vidya, yatha parashivaha devaha. There are hundreds and thousands of rishis and munis and mahatmas and devatas who are doing the Sri Vidya Upasaka. Among them, Sri Parameshwara is the best. Tatha, the same way, Nama Sahasreshu, among different types of Sahasranama, Varam etat prakirtitam. Etat Lalita Sahasranamam Varam is the best. How important, how great is this Lalita Sahasranama? That's what we want to say. Now, about among the mantras, how Sri Vidya Panchadashakshari is the best. Among the Panchadashakshari combinations, how Kadi Vidya is the best. Among the different worlds of existence or experience, how Sri Puram is the best. How among the different Devis, Lalita Tripurasundari is the best. How among the different Upasakas of Sri Vidya, Sri Parameshwara is the best. The same way, among different types of Sahasranama, Lalita Sahasranama is the best. This is not to, criticize other Sahasranamas, to show the greatness of this Sahasranama. Why? Why is it so? Because Yathasya Padana Devi Priyate Lalitambika Anyanama Sahasrasya Padanat Na Priyate Tadha. Jagadamba Yada Anya Sahasrasya Padana Padhat Na Priyate. You may sing other Sahasranamas, they are all praising Jagadamba or other devatas. You will get different kinds of siddhi. Everything is possible. But paradubhava, that is possible by Lalita Sahasranama. No? So yadasya patanad devi priyate Lalitambika. How? By chanting Lalita Sahasranama, how much Sri Jagadamba become pleased, that much anugraha is not possible by chanting other Sahasranama. Anyanama sahasrasya padat na priyate tatha. How much happiness and joy and blessing and grace will flow from Sri Lalitambika by the study of chanting of Lalita Sahasranama, that much blessings and grace is not possible by chanting other Sahasranama. See, when we are hearing all, they don't feel, oh my God, all other Sahasranama. No, this is Arthavada. In Shastra, there will be Arthavada. We will see that lots of praise. It's not to criticize others, to create Shraddha in our heart. To make our mind very, focused. That's all, okay? Don't feel, oh, I'm chanting Vishnu Sahasranama and Vishnu Sahasranama is low. No, don't. See, this is, now if you study Vishnu Sahasranama, there also they will be say, this is the best. Because, see, forever, whichever sadhana you are doing, in that we should have Shraddha, faith, Nishtha. Ramakrishna says a very beautiful upama. See, suppose a girl is married to a family. So when the girl comes to the family, in olden days, okay, nowadays what family? Nothing is there. So this used to be joint family. Everybody will be there in the family. Father-in-law, brother-in-law, and then uncle and chacha and kaka and kaki, and all of them will be there. And this girl serves all of them. Okay, he loves all of them. She serves everyone. She loves all of them. She respects all of them. But her relationship with her husband, that is very unique. Isn't it? Like that, in our life also, don't feel that, oh, I am Lalita Bhakta, so I will not do namaskar to Shiva, I will not do namaskar to Vishnu. No, please don't feel like that. Or you are a Shiva Bhakta. Sometimes, mind becomes very, do namaskar to everyone because they are all our Ishtadevata only. If you are a Lalita Bhakta, Shiva also, Vishnu also, all of them are her own manifestation. Why? Because she alone is there. So, but your love for that is very unique. That's all. That is known as Nishtha. That is very important, but it should not cross the limit and then a kind of, ninda towards other devatas comes to our mind, which will create big problem for us. In Ramcharitamanas, you will see this, the last, where a person developed, she was very fond of Vishnu, but then that fondness for Vishnu is changed into Shiva Ninda. And how that jiva was fallen. Because that's very important. Because there's no different, only one God is there. Sabrahma, Sashiva, Sahari, Sendra, Sokshara, Paramaswarat. But we love this form. Stick to that. Don't change. Today Lalita, tomorrow Shiva, day after tomorrow Vishnu. Please understand that Vishnu, Shiva, all of them is my Ishta only. But my Ishta is my Ishta. All are my in-laws and then all of them. Very good. I love them, I serve them. I don't see, but my husband is my husband. So, that is, Hanyanama sahasrasya padananna priyate tatha. Sri Matuf priyade tasmad anisham kirtaye didam. So if you want to please Jagadamba, the easiest path, the best way is Padha, chanting of Lalita Sahasranama. See, in each yuga, the sadhanas are different. In Krita Yuga, dhyana is the easiest. You do dhyana, meditation. In Treta, yaga, that is the main path. In Dwapara, puja, etc. is the main path. In Kali, Harer Nama, Harer Namaiva Kevalam Kalau, Nastyeva, Anyadhagri. This is also Arthavada, okay? Doesn't mean that others are not helpful. Yes, but Kali Yuga's speciality is japa. Nama japa. So, Srimadu Priyate, just by chanting, we will gain. We don't have to do big things. Just chant Lalita Sahasranama with love and respect and Shraddha. सब कुछ मिलेगा हमको. Whether it is Ruddhi, Siddhi or Mukti. Anisham, Tasmad, because of that, Anisham Kirtayedidam. Anisham Kirtayed. This is a very important word, okay? Anisham Kirtayed means pray continuously. There is a very nice book from the Christian background. It's a book by who wrote this, we do not know. But it's the journey of a pilgrim, a Russian person, but his name, etc., we do not know. He was a carpenter, and he lost everything. There was a lot of problem in his life. So he went to a sermon in that church, and he heard this word that pray continuously. Here, Anisham Kirtayed. How can you pray continuously? Because you have to eat, you have to sleep. So that one word pierced his heart, and then he started to inquire, how is it possible? And then he succeeded in it. Sometimes if you get that book, that's a very nice read for all of us. So, Anisham Kirtayed means what? So first we do, as we said, Nitya, Niyama Japa. Niyama Japa we practice, as we had decided that at least Paurnami we are going to do. After the Paurnami, then we feel that, okay, Paurnami, now I am very comfortable. Let me start every Navami also. Okay. Then Navami also we are comfortable. Then we do Ashtami also. Then Chaturdashi also. Then Sankrama also. Then Tuesdays also. Then Fridays also. Then every day. Then every day twice. Then every day, as Amma was telling, 15 times, 20 times. Become Nisarga. Then a time will come, the mantra japa is going, Shasong ke tarom par. The strings of our shasa, japa is going on and on and on and on. We are in the world, things are happening, but that happens. That is known as Anisham. Slowly. Anisham Kirtayedidam. Okay. Now, what we should do? How to do this Sahasranama? Should we just go and chant Sahasranam? Says, Bilvapatres Chakraraje Yorchaye Lalitambikam Padmairva Tulasi Pushpai Ebhirnama Sahasrakaihi Sadyaf Prasadam Kurute Tasya Simhasaneshwari. Should we just chant like that? Yes, you can chant like that. But then if you can do archana also, then your sadhana becomes little more powerful. How to do that? Billopatraihi. Collect billopatra. Belkapata, billopatra. Collect them and then offer to Jagadamba. Chant Om Sri Matre Namaha, Om Sri Maharajne Namaha, Om Sri Mat Simhasaneswadye Namaha. Take nice billopatras and start to offer. Billopatrehi Chakraraje. Where to offer? Chakraraja. On the Sri Chakra. Offer the billopatras to Sri Chakra. Yo archaye drilidambikam. But today I have no billopatra. Now what to do? Patmaihi. Offer flower, offer lotus. Now offer lotus or lotus petals to the Chakraraja. Patmairva. That is also not available. Tulasi patraihi. Collect tulasi leaves and offer. Now comes a question. In many of our, in almost all over India, we don't use tulasi to worship Jagadamba. That is for Durga, not for Lalitambika. For Durga, we don't offer tulasi to her, but Lalitambika is Brahma Vishnu Shiva Swarupini. She is not one other Devata. She herself is Brahma, she herself is Vishnu, she herself is Rudra. That's why 3 flowers are shown here. The Billopatra is special for Shiva. Padma is special for Brahma. Vishnu also, but Brahma. And Tulasi is specially for Vishnu. So, you can offer any of these to Jagadamba because she is Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva Swarupini. She is not different from them. Billopatre chakraraje yorchaye lalitambikam patmairva tulasi pushpaihi ebhirnama sahasrakaihi. Chanting this Lalita Sahasranama, offer flowers to Jagadamba. Sadyaf prasadam kurute. You can do that archana, she becomes very happy and she will be pleased very fast. Tasya Simhasaneswari, the Lord, the goddess of this thorn, she is the Jagadambika, the Maharajni become very pleased with such a sadhaka who does archana of Sri Lalita, chanting this. Now, I see Swamiji, on all those days everything is possible, but nowadays getting even Tulasi Patra is very difficult. Now what to do? Offer Kunkuma. No, every day chant Vishnu Sahasranama, Lalita Sahasranama and offer Kunkuma to the Padma, that's Chakra, that's also equal. Sadhya prasadam kurude tasya simhasaneswari. Now, what is the order? How should I do them? And what is the order of sadhana? Pehle kya karna chahiye? What should I do? Should I chant Sahasranama and then do puja? Or I do puja and then I do Sahasranama? How I should do? Chakradhirajam abhyarchya japtva panchadashaksharim Japande kirtaye nityam idam nama sahasrakam. So I do every day my puja every day. But then what should be the order? Says, first if you are doing Sandhya Vandana, first you should start your Upasana with Sandhya Vandana. Sandhya Vandana, what is that? Okay. So if you are chanting Gayatri, first you should start. Gayatri is the adhara of all sadhanas. Okay, so we should start our Upasana with Gayatri japa. That is the first and foremost. Once our Gayatri japa, Sandhya Vandana is over, then we should worship Jagadamba, whether it is in a photo, whether it is in a wherever. Here it is Chakraraja, because whoever is in this path, most of them they worship the Sri Chakra or Mahameru. So after finishing your daily Sandhya Vandana, Gayatri Japa, etc., then we should worship Sri Chakraraja. No, Sri Chakra or the Mahameru should be worshipped with Panjopachara, Dashopachara. See, we saw that first day, the puja. It's an elaborate one, but even with 5 things, Jalagandha, Pushpa, Dhupa, Deepa, Naivedya and Arati. With that. But we do not know how to do puja. Just take little water and say, Om Shri Matre Namaha, offer. Take little chandan, say Om Shri Matre Namaha, apply. Devi, so little bit kungum also. Then, Om Shri Matre Namaha, take 1 flower. But Swamiji, we are living in a state where there is no flowers. So what you have to do, you have to make silver flowers. You can make silver flowers and carry with you. So when flowers are not available, take 1 of that, Om Shri Matre Namaha, offer. And you can wash and reuse it. So, Pushpa. And take one agarbati, Om Shri Matre Namaha, show. Show the Deepa, Shri Matre Namaha. And whatever is there at your home, which is pure, fresh milk, little, some fruits, whatever is there at your home, which is not of the yesterdays and day before yesterdays, which is stored in the fridge, something which is fresh, offer. And do a simple arati. You don't need to know so many vidhi and all that. Just do this much. Panjopachara puja. Jala, Gandha, Pushpa, Dhupa, Deepa. A simple Naivedya. No, you don't even have to study, the mantra and all that. Just chant Om Shri Matre Namaha. And then do Arati, Karpura Arati. Okay. No, Swamiji, we want to study more. So there are courses in CIF, Puja Vidhanam courses are there, where you can learn how to do puja properly. Whether it is a simple puja, elaborate puja. So more than preaching, start to practice. An ounce of practice is better than tons of preaching. Thoda sa, panchopachar. So, then what happens? Padme Chakradhirajam abhyarchya. First we should abhyarchya, offer, worship Chakraraja. Then, Japtva Panjadashakshari. After finishing the puja, sit down and do Panjadashakshari mantra. Oh, we do not know Panjadashakshari, whatever mantra you are chanting. Your Ishtadevata mantra japa. As I was telling, Om Shri Matre Namaha, Om Shri Matre Namaha. It's enough. No, but that is, I want something bigger. Om Sri Lalita Tripurasundari Namaha. Enough. Even if we do not know Panchadashakshari, we are not yet initiated, don't stop starting. Start. जो हमारे पास है, उससे शुरू करना. Start with what we know. And then the time comes, if Jagadamba wishes, she will bring everything. So, then Panchadashakshari, do our Ishta Mantra Japa. So first Pujanam, then Japaha, then Chintanam. Then Panchadashakshari. Then Japande Kirtaye Nityam Idam Nama Sahasrakam. After completing our Ishta Devata Japa, Ishta Mantra Japa, then we should start Lalita Sahasranama Japa. Thank you, Swamiji, for telling, because I don't think that I will be able to do all these things. I am not of that kind of person who will do puja and all that. So I decided, what? Not starting only. So Bhagavan knows this. Hayagriva, he knows everything. He says, Japa puja dhyashaktasched Pade nama sahasrakam. So, japa pujadi ashaktasched. If you are not able to do all this puja and your ishtanama sahasra, nothing is possible. At least nama sahasrakam pade. I said that you should do puja and then should do ishta mantra japa, then Sahasranama. But please, because you do not have a ishta mantra or you cannot do any puja, please don't stop. Because you cannot do this, don't stop chanting Lalita Sahasranam. Even if you cannot do puja and your ishta mantra japa, at least do chant Sahasranam. Japa puja adi ashaktas ched. Even if you are not, not fit or you are not capable of doing this japa and puja, etc., padet nama sahasrakam. Please don't take it as an excuse, no, not to chant Lalita Sahasranam. What Bhagavan wants to say is, kena prakarena, whichever way possible, chant Lalita Sahasranam. If we can really do a simple puja and then do a little bit of japa, that will give our mind more focus. So instead of we go to the gym and then everything and come back and then start doing this, it's okay, but if you after that come back, take a bath, sit down, do a simple puja, chant your ishta mantra, the mind is more concentrated. So after making the mind little more concentrated, when we do chant the Sahasranama, that will be more beneficial. That's the only thing. Okay, so just because Bhagavan said that you have to do puja, etc., please don't drop Lalita Sahasranama japa. Even if you are not able to do puja and japa, please chant Sahasranama. This is how compassionate are our gurus. ये भी नहीं कर पाते हैं तो वो करो, वो भी नहीं कर पाते हैं तो वो करो. कुछ करना, do something. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.